At the end of the day, selling is transferring a feeling. If you don't have the feeling, you can't transfer it. If you don't have a good, positive feeling, dude, you're an actor. You have to sell and run your business from a place of positivity. And however you get there, God bless you. Welcome to the Primeau Show. It is episode 181, and we are here with the guys from BedTech, and this is going to be a blockbuster of a show. First, you're going to get a Vegas market preview, and then you're going to get more. So let me pay the bills real quick, and then we will bring Darren, the president of BedTech, and Justin Trumbo. Everybody knows him who's been in this industry for more than a year. He is the owner of BedTech in the Midwest, which incidentally ships about half the country. But I digress. Let's pay the bills real quick. If you haven't bought my book, Sell a Million, 101 Tips for Furniture and Mattress Store Owners to Sell Another $1 million or more this year, what are you waiting for? Hurry up, grab your book, call me at 419-560-3169, and I will help you implement any idea in that book absolutely free. Also, I would like to thank my friends at the Mattress Industry Network group for sponsoring the show. Steve and Greg, thank you for your support. And if you are in the mattress industry, we want you in this free Facebook group. If you want to learn how to help build, market, and sell and succeed in the mattress industry, this is the group for you. It's a group of retailers, wholesalers, manufacturers. We're all here to help each other get better. Join the group, hit that QR code, and I will see you inside the group. And if you are going to Vegas, make sure you stop at Bed Industries of America in B1118. It doesn't matter what you're looking for. If you're looking for split heads, we have them. If you're looking for two-sided mattresses, we have them. If you're looking for imported mattresses from England, we have them. So whatever you want, if it's a mattress and it is something that's trending up, we have it. Most of the time we're ahead of the curve, but it is literally a candy store for mattress nerds. So B1118, Bed Industries of America. And one last word before we get to our guests. If you are going to Vegas, you really, really, really need to get a hold of Jeff Giannakovo, because we have something very, very special going on. Join us on Saturday, July 27th at 3 o'clock for a private event. You can't just show up, but winning in any season, sell more when the door swings are down. My friends will be there. Justin Trumbo is hosting this event. Bob Munkle will be there. Scott Vaughn will be there. Brent Batterman will be there. Mark Kinsley will be there. And I got to tell you guys something. This is really funny. I realized this in our planning meeting yesterday. I've got this book. It's a great book. It's written by Mark Kinsley, and I love Mark. I consider him a friend. Guess what this book's missing? It's missing an autograph. So I am going to the event as a presenter, but I am going to make sure that I get my book signed by Mark Kinsley. And if you have my book, bring it to the event. I'm happy to sign it. If you don't have my book, let me know and I'll bring one for you. How's that? So Joe Clay has a question already. Can they record the event? I'd pay for a copy of that. That is a Jeff Giannakovo question. I'm probably going to tell you, I think it's going to be a no, but I am not a decision maker. I was just lucky enough to be invited to this, and we cannot wait. might as well jump in here, Justin, right now, because we were on a call yesterday at 7 o'clock at night. And, it was amazing. It was an amazing call. And I realized that I was in the right place at the right time with guys who are 100% aligned to deliver massive value to our retailers that come to the event. When I walked away from that call, I was just on fire, man. I had a hard time going to bed when I normally do. My wife was like shocked that I was up past 9 o'clock. She's like, "What's going on?" I go, "Oh, I just got a bunch of energy from that call." So join us. What would you say, Justin? Why should somebody come to this event?
Well, when we first had the idea, Jeff and I, for the event, what we kind of realized was we were already going to have a gathering of some of the most diverse assortment of minds in the industry, if you look at that list, because they all have different expertise. But we also had a ton of the retailers there. And what we want to focus on is leaving with actionable items that they can actually take back to their business. So each person's going to segment off their expertise, try to come in with all steak, no sizzle, as Scott Vaughn likes to say, and something they can go right back to their business and implement that day they get back that'll make their business better. And so we're actually really proud to be hosting this event, and we hope to do a lot more of them like this.
Awesome. Thank you very much for hosting the event. This was one of those things that just kind of came together organically. And speaking of things that come together organically, BedTech. I mean, I'll never forget. I get a phone call from Rick Lynch, and Rick's like, there's this line. They need some help in Ohio. It's BedTech, it's adjustable bed bases. I don't want an adjustable bed line. I don't need an adjustable bed line. And he's like, well, if you pass on this, it'll be the biggest mistake of your life. So I hopped on a call with you, Justin, and I guess the rest is history, right? Justin, you there? I have accomplished something nobody has ever accomplished.
Sorry, Mike.
I have made Justin Trumbo speechless.
No, sorry, microphone issues. Yeah, microphone issues over here. No, I mean, if you look at BedTech, what we're trying to accomplish is, I remember actually I'm going to digress a little bit. I took an interview with Mark Kinsley and Mark Quinn when I did the FAM podcast. And one of the things that came up that we talked about was, how do you add value to a commodity? And the one thing that we talk about at BedTech all the time is that we understand that our retail partners, they can buy a base from anywhere. And different people have different quality, there's different prices, different features. But, in the end, the retailer is choosing who they do business with. And what we're setting out to do is to truly add value in different ways. We don't want to make it all about price and item. We want to make it about helping people put moats around their business. That's kind of back to what this event with Jeff is about. And we want to help retailers with whatever their problems are, whether it has to do with commercial leasing or training or whatever their problems may be that come up. We want to help bring these experts together and add value to their business so they can be there the next 20 years. And so I think that's going to be a real focal point for us, is to not make it all about our product and them just buying our product and having it be transactional. We want to support the business in any way they'll allow us.
Awesome. Stu Segura, is Justin at the casino again? Where's our live feed, Trumbo?
No, my house looks like Dexter right now. So there was a water leak, and we have fans set up all over the house and kind of have like the big plastic up with the zippers everywhere and everything. So I'm kind of doing it from the Wizard of Oz here, Stu. I got that was the extra 4 minutes, was Pete and Darren trying to talk me into doing the stream somewhere.
We all want to see your pretty face, Justin. It's just everybody loves to see Justin. It's a compliment, buddy.
Chris, can you pull up Harrison Mattress? I think it's Ray. Harrison Mattress says, I can't wait for this event. Perfect timing for the transition of our business over the next couple of months. Yes, absolutely. It is perfect timing. And let me know how many books I need to bring for the boys, because I understand they're going to be there as well. So please let me know, Ray. Thank you for being here. And I want to ask Darren, what excites you the most about Vegas market for BedTech coming up here in less than 2 weeks, man?
It's crazy to think that it's already here, Pete.
Yeah.
So what excites me the most is just to see our retail partners together and to be able to collaborate with them and talk with them and just show them some of the new things and some of the things that we were working on this last market that are here today, had tons of success with, that we've put a lot more emphasis on to make sure that we could roll it out to every retailer. We'll talk a little bit about that, but one of the hottest things right now that we are offering is a substitute for a box spring. We call it our X Plat. It's derived from that. It looks like one of our X series adjustable bases. There it is right there. It's an upholstered product that looks like an adjustable base, but it's a platform, right? It has adjustable legs. There's a 4-inch and an 8-inch leg on there. It looks like a nice piece of furniture, but the price is super aggressively priced. It takes the place of a box spring so that you could actually have a cash and carry item, that it's not super big and bulky for the customer to take home in their vehicle. You can store in your warehouse about 5 to 6 of these X plats in the same space as you would one box spring. So that's one of my most exciting things that we're getting a lot of great feedback from our retailers on, and we want to launch that to all of our retail customers because we see how important that's been to the retailers that are already taking advantage of that right now. So that's one of the things I'm really, really excited about. The other thing is just reinforcing what we're doing with the split head trend. Every single adjustable base that BedTech offers, every single one, has the capability of being split head function through our application. The application that Justin's been instrumental in helping our guys create is so centric on having every single feature so easy to use, and that includes every split head. So some of our bases we have designed specifically for split head, meaning they come one base in a box and it is split right down the middle. And then every other single base throughout our line has the capability of being split head. So that gives our retailers so much functionality and so much choice that they don't have to confuse the customer. They don't have to wonder, is this base split head capable? It is. And so we're trying to lean into our customers and help them to be able to have a customer experience for their customers that is unrivaled, making that sales process so simple that it creates the opportunity for them to turn shoppers into buyers without confusing them. So that's one of the things that I'm really excited about is leaning more into what we've done with split head through our application.
And you know, one thing I'd love to touch on really quick with the X Plat, if you think of a box spring, you know, if you have 5 different lines from 5 different manufacturers, that also means you have 5 different box spring SKUs to match the tickings and the fabrics that are on the side panels of the mattresses. So when you merchandise in the X Plat, not only is it going to help you save space in your warehouse, it's going to reduce your cost of carry because you're not going to have to merchandise as many box springs across lines because it's universal, just like an adjustable bed. And especially if you're on the West Coast or East Coast, you're seeing real estate prices shoot through the roof for the cost of warehousing. And so obviously box spring is going to take up the same space as a $2,000 mattress. So compressing space in your warehouse and maximizing SKU efficiency. And this is actually going to be one of the topics that come up at the conference, is our entire industry is more inventory than it's ever had statistically. If you look across the United States, it is a big problem. I mean, we see independent retailers that are having to rent trailers and park them outside of their facilities because they have so much goods. And so reducing SKUs and maximizing SKUs, we think X-Plat, even though it's hard to get super excited about a box spring replacement, if you look at it from a logistics standpoint and what it can do for your business, we see a lot of upside and efficiencies for the item. And it's selling really well for the people that have placed it. BIB and adjustable basis. 100%. Yep, Stu, exactly. They stack better. Everything fits better. They're already like your X4s that you're already storing them. So however you're storing your adjustable beds, you can just move that over into this item and then free up that box spring space for mattresses or other items to buy in bulk.
And that's coming from a retailer right there that knows what he's talking about. So, I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about there. The X-Plat, has so much functionality. Justin, I think you hit the nail on the head. People will have, 10 different box springs that confuse their warehouse help too. It's a problem. And so this really simplifies and streamlines the underbed selection, by just having an X-Plat there. It'll take the place of many of your box springs.
Guys, let's talk about something that's been available for a while, but I'm not sure. I've talked to several retailers about it. And for some reason, sometimes when we tell them the first or second time, it just kind of goes through and they don't really connect to it. But on the third or fourth time, they seem to get it. So any of our dealers that haven't heard this, can we talk about how we can help our retailers minimize their inventory and actually ship directly to their customer? Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'd love to just let them know that, in the world today that we're living in, where, like Justin said, where people seem to carry way too much inventory right now. Their warehouses are too full. They're renting trailers. Their carrying cost of inventory is so high. We have programs, to get minimum shipping for free shipping to your door, but very, very small minimums. But even further than that, for a UPS or FedEx straight to your customer's home, we have a program for any adjustable base that's not king size, but twin extra long queens, all of our mattresses. And we'll ship anything, anywhere, any adjustable base to a customer's home for $95. And so, that's something that makes it so easy for you. You just build in a little freight and we'll ship it directly to your customer's door. Now, if you want to have free freight and all of those things at a very small minimum, just use us as your warehouse. Don't stock it to the moon. We're going to ship out same day, get it to you within a couple of days to your warehouse. So you don't have to carry tonnage of product and stack your warehouses full of our stuff. We'll get it to you quick and make sure that you can deliver it quick. We know how important that is.
And one thing, when we went to build our direct-to-consumer program, it was really important to us that if a customer went to our website and built a cart, and for some reason in the store, the retailer had to match the price of the exact same cart, after all shipping fees and everything, the retailer was still at a healthy margin. And so the program was specifically built to support the retailers. Being able to ship a sheet or a pillow directly to the house for $10 or the supportive bases for $95. The program was specifically reverse engineered to make sure everything was still well above Keystone with all the shippings and everything in, because we know how important it is to deliver the margin. We didn't want to be one of those programs where the online program was 30 points by the time it was done with all the shippings and everything. So we were very cognitive when we put the program together to make sure it supported the retailers first.
Chris, I feel like we should get a cue up Billy Mays, God rest his soul. But wait, there's more. So that's not the only thing that we direct ship to the customer. So let's talk about that.
I mean,
Protectors,
yeah.
sheets,
Yeah. I mean,
pillows.
anything that's UPSable. So we have a flat rate for any protector, pillow, sheet, boxed mattress, adjustable bed. So essentially,
I was just kidding.
there you go, Chris. I love it, man. No, that'll lighten the mood. So yeah, the whole concept was we didn't care if somebody went to our site and put a protector in a cart that was 99 bucks. We wanted the retailer to be able to say, yeah, we can do that. We'll ship it right to the house. If they don't happen to have it in stock, they can just put the order in, ship direct, and then make the margin. And so again, we didn't want to create anything that was done in conflict with the retailer. It was literally reverse engineered to support their programs.
Everything that we've done to build out this website is to make BedTech to that customer that's viewing it, have more value. And we've done that because we want to have the retail stores, when somebody, and we know how the consumer works today. They're in the store, and what do? They look on the website of the manufacturer building it. And if you pull up a website that's janky looking or very unprofessional, it really downgrades the value of that product in their store. And so what we did was we tried to make sure that all of our web images, the content, and the programs were going to be able to enhance, not take away from what is happening in their brick and mortar stores, but to enhance that customer experience. And so we, like Justin said, we reverse engineered it, made sure every single product with every single selling price, at the end of the day, their margin should be super healthy and be able to make, a really good margin on that product and enhance the customer experience when they buy a BedTech product or even just view a BedTech product.
Yeah, that is amazing, because I was talking to Justin about this a while ago, and then he's like, but it's not just adjustable bed bases. It's the protectors, it's the sheets, it's the pillows. They can do everything. And I said, that is amazing. And I think, Darren, it really goes back to, when Brandon started the company, you guys wanted to always be the partner that you didn't have. And there are so many manufacturers out there that don't realize the impact of their marketing efforts on the retail customer and ultimately on our customer, the retail store owner.
Yeah.
And so it's
a good point, Pete. So we come from small town America. Okay. In our roots, we had furniture stores, and mattress stores. But at the end of the day, we were a nobody, when you compare us to the top 100s and the big mattress giants in the industry. And so we knew where our place was, and we knew it really well because the reps, they didn't want to come 3 hours out of their way to come up and call on these little accounts, what they would deem a little account. And so, yeah, customer service was a problem, getting our stuff taken care of the way that we felt we deserved, and the way that these others, people of similar size to us out in America deserve. We wanted to make sure that was not their experience when they dealt with BedTech. We want to make sure that every single account, big or small, we treat like gold, because to us, that's what they are. We've been in their shoes. We've lived that life where we were not the biggest retailer in this state, or maybe even in the county. But we know exactly how it feels to not be treated the way we wanted. So we vowed when we started this company that we would never treat any of our retailers that way. And when we hire people, We hire reps like you and like other great, amazing people that want to put the retailer first. That's one of our most important things that we have. Our retailers are first, because if we help this.
Yeah. So I want to say this to any retail store owner that has not been to BedTech space at market. We're in C1564, and I'm going to tell you that there are times that you as a retailer walk into a space and you kind of wonder, like, what am I walking into? It's really stuffy and corporate, and it's almost like uncomfortable. Like, do I belong here? Like when you come to BedTech, it's like, come on in, have a water, have a coffee. We just had sandwiches brought in, have something to eat. It's like you're going to your next door neighbor 40 years ago, when we used to know our next door neighbors and we used to love our next door neighbors. I mean, it is an experience that very few companies replicate. I mean, I love going to the BedTech space because my friends are there and everybody there has one goal. And the goal is to make sure that every retail partner that comes in has a great experience and feels welcome. And that's missing in some places in our industry. It's missing. And so I just want to compliment you guys on doing that. And Darren, you have always been there to welcome everybody. It's not like El Presidente over here sitting in his, you come up, you greet people, you're on the floor. Welcoming everybody. And Justin, you're the same way. I mean, you're the owner of BedTech Midwest. You could sit off in the corner and just, hey, reps handle it, but you're all over the place, giving people hugs, welcome people in. It's just a different experience.
Well, definitely I'm all over the place. That's for sure. But shout out, Michael. Love my partnership with you too, buddy. You've been great, man. I want to touch back on one thing that I don't want to miss. Amazon now accounts for 30% of units sold in our industry, not the dollars, but the units. And so that is a trend of commoditization, because anybody that's went on to Amazon will know that mostly what sells is unlabeled product directly from factories, might be from some of the same people that you're buying from today, just under a different label. And they push the cost down. What BedTech we're going to really focus on doing is separating the value, showing people the difference in the quality of our bases and why they're worth spending the extra money in your stores for. You're going to see a ton of educational videos. We've already started our blog. We've already started all of our product pages and landing pages. You're going to see us really trying to separate ourselves as a brand. So people, when they're in your stores and they say, hey, why would I get this over this Costco? A quick story. I had a retailer that had to price match a Costco base the other day, and it had similar features to one of our bases. And when we went and we actually looked and we pulled up the Costco base weighed 99 pounds and our base weighed 149 pounds. So obviously there's something different in the construction if ours weighs 50 pounds more than the base that's being sold there. But to the consumer, all they see is a remote and a features. And so that education of the consumer is going to become very important as the industry continues to get commoditized. And so that's what we're going to focus on doing, is not making that solely the responsibility of the retailer. You're going to see that content start to come out from us. So when our retailers get asked that question, they can just say, hey, click on this video, watch this education. This will tell you everything you need to know about why the products are different. And so it's on us as an industry to educate the customer, because like Mark Kinsley likes to say, absent of value, the customer will always make decision off price. And so we have to instill the value into the products.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Patrick Tinney, The man, the myth, the legend. Thank you for joining us from Canada. And I have a quick shout out for any rep that's out there that wants to learn more about prospecting. Get Patrick's book, Perpetual Hunger. Anybody that wants to know more about selling big deals and also a little lesson in advertising history. Patrick was a trailblazer in the advertising industry. Everybody needs this book, Unlocking Yes. It's all about negotiation. Whether you're a rep, you're a store owner, you need this. If you're a human being, you need this book. Nothing stops me. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. And there's a lot of sales lessons in that book. Sorry, Patrick. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I did a little commercial for Patrick, but
that's a lot of cred right there. It's Patrick. I've never met you, so I'd love to meet you, man. That you seem like a knowledgeable guy. That's awesome. Love it.
He is, and he loves the furniture business too, and his career has kind of touched it here and there, being an advertiser. So yes, Patrick, price is what you pay. Pete, your haircut looks sharp. Thanks, Stu. It's always short, brother.
Awesome.
I got tired of having the flop over. Love you too, Patrick. So guys, let's talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room. All right. The price increase letters went out from Ashley. Now the price increase letters went out from Rise. Price increases on the horizon. There's a buyer out there that's like, I've never looked at BedTech, but everybody's going to be going up. So why should I even bother? It just doesn't matter because everybody's going to have a big price increase now.
I think I want to touch on what Darren Sparks actually made a comment in one of the groups. I don't remember which one, where he actually showed the math. So spot rates to the West Coast, that's what's went up, have went from about $1,500 to about $6,500. And it's about $5,000 more a container, which is a lot. You fit 220 some odd bases. His math showed $20.50 a unit was the current increase. But then you go look at these surcharges that some of these companies are already putting on, and they're putting on 6% surcharge on a, say, $600 or $700 cost unit. And so you're already seeing people put surcharges that are larger and disproportionate to the freight costs that are being incurred. For us, really quick for us, I'll eat $20 a unit to support my retailers and give them a stable price. So the fact that these price increases came down the pipe so fast and over such an incremental amount of money is very short-sighted to us. We look at it like we should be doing all we can to give stable prices. And the only time we should be doing surcharges is proportionate to the surcharge that we received and when we can no longer operate our businesses without it.
Yeah, I just want to break down the math real quick because you're a super smart guy and you do math in your head super fast. And there might be somebody who's working out, who's listening to this and they're not able to do the math. So 6% surcharge, $600 base, $36. It only went up $20.50. So that's why we're not doing that. And if you guys just look back in history, what happened during COVID? What happened with the industry and what happened with BedTech?
Well, that what really happened in the industry was it was almost impossible to get product. And part of that was manufacturing, but also part of that was freight. And freight went up to between $15,000 and $20,000 a container. And so we're not even talking about what it is today, with those spot rates. We're talking about between double and triple what it is today. And we were able to hold prices pretty constant throughout all of the actual United States. And so that was one thing that we want to try to do, is to make sure, even sometimes at our own short-term detriment, to make sure that we help our retailers be healthy. And so we're in this for the long haul. We're not in this to make a quick dollar and leave. We're in this to have a true partnership between us and our retail partners that goes well beyond this year, goes well beyond next year. It goes into, hopefully, into my kids' future. And so we're in this to make sure that we're not doing things that are short-sighted. We won't do price increases unless we need them to survive. And so we're not doing this to gouge our customer or do things like that. We're trying to remain constant so our customers can have a stable flow, a stable price, and to feel like they're being supported.
And that's what I love about BedTech. You guys have always been that. And who's a LinkedIn user? I'm very, very curious who the LinkedIn user is. But thank you. I think, Darren's too young to be a legend, but he's well on his way to being a legend. And Justin, the same. One of the things that I love about our company too, we just kind of tripped over it right there, is we've got young, exciting people in our company. And I love it. I love the ideas. I love the energy. I love the enthusiasm. I'm going right back to where I was before. Guys and gals, if you haven't been to BedTech at a market, you got to do it. You just got to do it. Larry Soraka, the man, the myth, the legend, the best rep I know. BedTech holding price is a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. And Tim McDonald says, hey, fellas, been a minute. Much love to y'all. And right back at you, Tim. Jeff Janakovo, what's up, gentlemen? A great trio right here. Jeff, thanks for everything you do for the industry. Here we go. Larry Soraka says, Justin and Darren are almost underselling it. They really do care about their customers. Yeah, they are. They're humble guys, and guys that have a little bit more of an edge to them would definitely take it a few decibels higher. But that's part of what I love about these guys too. Well, Andrew Carrington, there's a stud. There's a great trainer in our industry.
So he was the LinkedIn user, Pete, is what it looks like.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome. What a guy.
Thank you, Andrew. That's quite a compliment coming from you.
Yeah, for sure.
Michael,
don't lie.
Cannot do more pull-ups.
Yeah, all right, that's it. Now you got to stop. We got to start blocking users.
I want to get in on this push-up thing. I think I want to give that a go with Justin and Michael.
I don't know. Like we'll have a push-up contest in the space in Vegas market if you want to, Michael. So just get over there, man.
Bring it, Michael. Let's go.
Oh, bring it. We'll do push-up contests. Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate you.
So a few things though I really want to touch on. If there's retailers that are going to be in Vegas on Saturday, we really want you to come by from 3 to 5. It's completely free. There'll be drinks and food and tons of people to trade ideas with. And we really want actionable items to leave. And then also, BedTech, obviously, we'd love you to come by. Walk-ins are always welcome. We always like to joke that we don't put any velvet red rope and stop people at the door. So if we're too busy, just walk in and sit down and kind of act like you own the spot. And just we're more about just the community aspect and trying to take the independent retailers forward. So if you are an independent retailer and you're going to be at this market, please come spend time with us as much as you can.
Well said.
Awesome. So let's go a little deeper, Justin. Let's talk about the commoditization of our category and some of these lightweight bases that are coming out. Let's talk a little bit about that. We shouldn't be shy about that. We've got a base that we're super proud proud of. It holds up well. It does everything it's supposed to, and it's a great value. And based on what's happening in the industry, we are becoming an even better value by the minute.
So let me step back and maybe help the industry understand what really makes an adjustable bed different. Because most of us, no matter who the manufacturer is, buy our motors, our control boxes, our actuators from one of three suppliers. So really what separates the bases isn't so much the features or the boxes, it's actually the manufacturing process and the quality of materials being used. So first, BedTech, we're very proud of our manufacturer in Taiwan. Our Taiwanese manufacturing partner is one of the only JIS certified manufacturing plants on the world. And what JIS stands for, it's a Japanese industrial standard. It's not a standard that's given away. The Japanese government actually has to send out an official every 2 years. And what it's certifying is it's the same quality of manufacturing and equipment as if it was made inside of Japan, which allows our manufacturing plant to sell to long-term hospitals and care facilities inside of Japan. So to sell to the rest of the world, you need what's called an ISO medical standard. The most stringent in the world is JIS. And so our plant uses all the Japanese robotic welding arms, goes through the same manufacturing process of any of these other medical bases that are put into the Japanese system. And so what I always point out to people is if we're all buying our parts and components from the same place, what really matters is the manufacturing process and the quality of manufacturing materials. I've walked a lot of these plants in other parts of Asia, and sometimes the bases aren't even made on one site. You'll have people that are in a facility that are bending and doing the undercarriages by hand, doing the welding by hand, which anything that's done by human hands creates a lot more errors in the process. And then those decks are literally loaded into a truck and taken to a completely different site where the decks or the motors and the other pieces are put on, which creates a lot of inefficiencies. So for us, all of our manufacturing is done at one site. We control the manufacturing from start to finish, minus the components that pretty much everybody buys, like the motors and things like that. And when we do buy motors and control boxes, we buy the best motors and control boxes that we can get. And so we don't change the parts and components as they go down our line. We try to put the best into each base we can build. And so that's what I always talk to our customers about. Anybody can continue to, through consumer obsolescence, something can always be made cheaper. But it's kind of that old fable, the guy that built the house on the stones or built it on the sand. In the end, this is the foundation that your mattress is going on, that your customers are going to be going on for the next 10 years in their home. And so at some point, the quality of the foundation that you're putting in the home should matter to you as an independent retailer, especially if you want B-backs, future business, future referrals. You don't want these new, in my opinion, these new metal mesh adjustables. It's the old Tommy Boy joke, right? Like I can take a shit in a box and put a guarantee on it, but all I sold you was a guaranteed piece of shit. We don't really want to go down that direction as a manufacturer.
Tommy Boy, one of the best sales movies ever. Justin, you're too young to quote Tommy Boy. When did you see Tommy Boy? On a rerun?
I could give you the bowl one too. Yeah. But in all seriousness, that scene is truth, right? Like anything that's manufactured can always be found to be manufactured cheaper. You can always take material out. You can always build it differently. You can always make it for less and less and less. But at some point, we have to decide as an industry, when this is the foundation that you're putting your customers on and these heavier beds on, because the beds that are being sold in store are higher end than ever before. When you sell a higher end bed, that means they're heavier than they ever were before. So you're putting heavier mattresses with, frankly, I hate to say it, heavier Americans on this sleep system. And then you're going to put an all metal mesh grid that weighs 94 pounds underneath it that has a 1-year frame, and then it breaks, and then they're back in your store blaming your whole system. And so we're trying to do everything we can to avoid the commoditization of our category, and then help our retailers instill value in why they would get the bases there instead of a $500 base on Amazon.
And Pete, and one of the things that we do in our factory, which is like the gold standard for me, is we will put 850 pounds of weight distributed like there would be 2 bodies on this adjustable base. And then we will test it and make sure that it's constantly being able to run at 15,000 cycles, right? And so it's the equivalent of about 15 to 20 years of usage. Okay. And so that's the standard for us. You know, we use all of these high-end materials like Justin is saying. And I've been all over Asia, and I've seen every manufacturing process about that there is for adjustable bases. And the factory that we are in today, our partner factory, is the best. It has the best animation and the robots and all the things that do all of this for us. And then also it's the cleanest, the most well-kept factory that there is, and the best tested. And so when we have a product that we put on these retailers' floors, and like Justin was saying, it's not going to be a 99-pound adjustable base. It's going to be heavier because we are putting the best possible material in that base, so that when you send it out to customer Smith, you know it's not coming back. You know it's not going to cause you a problem. And that's our goal, is to be the easiest vendor that you have that causes you the least amount of stress and the least problems that there is. And you know what? We're not perfect in that. We're gonna have problems, or we're gonna have issues, but we have people within the system to make sure that when you do have that problem, and Henry's one of them. We've talked about Henry before. Henry's one of them. I think you call him a diamond-crusted unicorn or something like that.
I do.
We have people like that within BedTech in different regions that when you have a problem, we jump. We freaking get on it. Because again, we've been there on the retail side, and we know that when a customer has a problem, they want it fixed yesterday. But we try to accommodate that as best we can. So anyway, we're using the best quality products, and we're trying to give the best customer service so that your experience with BedTech is top notch. That's our goal.
And I just want to add one thing. You know, we are in a situation today in retail stores where the door swings are less than they were, and every customer counts more than ever. And extracting the gold out of each customer, making them want to give us a 5-star online review, giving them service that makes them want to give us a testimonial as a store owner, making them want to give us referrals to do business with their family and their friends. That's the importance of what Justin and Darren just said. It's so important. Today, it's not good enough to do a hit and run. We've got to really give the customer a great experience. Joe Clay, an incredible education on JIS and ISO and product quality. Yeah, it really was. And, you know, it's funny because I've heard that before, but I've kind of forgot it. So I am really happy. Stu Segura says, I've never been billed for a part or shipping. In that rare case, I had an issue. It came in super fast. Yeah.
Dude, I love
we
that.
We are at BedTech. They're the best absolute maker upperers ever. And
hey,
don't
Pete,
get me wrong.
Let me touch.
The issues stop. Let me talk. The issues that we have are very few and far between. And I love the fact that Darren is that humble that he says, sometimes we screw up. And yes, sometimes there is a screw up, but we really jump on it. Now, Justin, go ahead. The show is yours.
Well, the one thing that I want to touch on, I think it's really interesting, and I've said this for a lot of years, that manufacturers will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for a market space, then pay money to fly all their reps out, then will spend money to take retailers to $500 and $1,000 dinners. And then they have a warranty or a service issue and they give them a hard time on a $75 part. I think that the manufacturers, they kind of have it flipped, and we kind of have a rule in BedTech Midwest. I don't want to ever get a call on a customer service issue that I would have spent taking a good friend to dinner, right? Like, the industry is so short-sighted on what a partnership is. The word partnership is defined by sacrifice and commitment. What sacrifice and commitment are you making to your retailers if every time there's a problem, you're nickel and diming them for $10 here, $20 here, but yet you'll pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to bring them in and entertain them? To me, it's just not retail focused.
Yeah, I agree. That is a great point. Andrew had a great question. Justin, how do you make sure the RSA understands this amazing message? And that was the message on the quality that you laid out.
You know, and that's kind of what I was touching on. We are going to start making that education easier. As an ex-trainer, I understand at scale, one of the hardest things to do is train RSAs, especially because RSAs have turnover. They go to different companies where different products are sold. And so what we're going to do now is kind of take it upon ourselves to start creating those educational videos as tools. And so it's not 100% reliant on the RSA to be able to deliver that message. Where they can just say, hey, you want to know the difference between a JIS and a non-JIS factory, click here, and here's this video that educates you. And so I think that goes back to what we were touching on earlier, that BedTech going forward is going to try to give supportive tools to make that easier and easier. But Andrew, you're a great trainer. You know, training is one of the hardest things to do at scale.
Great answer. Thank you, Justin. Joseph Clay says, I've been waiting about a year on remote pockets, though. Any chance?
Oh, Joe, I got you covered. We got that right now. I'll send you some. How many do you need?
How many you need, Joe? Look at you. Other than waiting on remote, I have no other supplier who competes with BedTech on customer service. No.
Well, let's fix that, Joe. Send me the request. We got you covered.
Guys, we just got a couple of minutes left. The rest of the show is yours to say whatever you would like to say to our dealers and to those who might see us in Vegas.
Justin, you take it away. I'll go last. Go ahead.
First, I just want to say I'm very appreciative of all of the retailers that have been with us for a long time. Obviously, like Darren said, nobody's perfect. We went through COVID together. We went through supply issues together. We went through tariffs on countries together. And we've always found a way through the partnership to make it to the next issue and then get through that together. And so I think we're at a time where it's a very uncertain time. Door swings are down. Everybody's kind of glued to the news. And I just want to let everybody know BedTech is a debt-free company. We own all of our inventory. There is no leverage in our business. And so you can count on us no matter what comes up in any economic headwind, that we're going to find a way to be here and keep supporting you like we have.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I want to just reiterate the fact that we are here to stay. We are as strong as we have ever been positioned in the marketplace. We will continue to innovate and continue to bring out products and offerings and service that will support our retailers in every single way. I also want to just thank each and every single customer that we have. We appreciate you so much. You're the reason why we're successful, and we will do everything in our power to continue to be a good partner to you. And for those who haven't seen BedTech before, or it's been a while, come back and look at BedTech, this market, C1564. Come in and spend 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you got. We believe that you will be impressed with what we have to offer, and we will do everything within our power to help you to be successful. And that's our pledge to you and all of our current customers. We will do everything we can to continue to support you. And if there's any feedback that you have, the ways that you want us to be better, we're always open to feedback, because we want to listen to our customers and do the things that will help them. And so we have open ears. We don't want to feel like we know it all. We want to know what the retailer wants, and we want to give them that support that they want from us. So thank you.
Guys, thank you so much. I know you're both super busy, and you guys taking this time out just about 2 weeks before market. Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks before market. I can't wait to see both of you. And I can't wait to start jumping up and down on the new X-Plat, which is built like a rock. And don't forget, everybody, that X-Plat is a 4-inch platform, an 8-inch platform, and a 12-inch platform, all in one. So come see us in C1564. I guarantee you that when you walk out of BedTech, you will be going, those dudes love the mattress business. They love what they do. This is the funnest spot in the whole market, and it truly is. So thank you, guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you.
Thank you, Pete. You're a legend. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Take care, buddy.